everyone.
What's
Traveller? Welcome, Traveller, to the Anime Amigos.
So good to be back. We're sorry it took us so long.
Well, we were going to do November, but we had an issue that Ren was on full-time work at that time.
Being selfish.
Being very selfish.
How could you?
You know, training as a nurse.
I have not seen him in months.
And we haven't. We didn't feel it was right to do a Bleach episode, or without the biggest Bleach fan.
Yeah, he is a shonen guy after all.
Yeah.
So if you aren't familiar with this one, if you're watching the vlog, version, because if you're watching the vlog version, good news, we're still around.
We're not dead.
Yay.
Yet.
And
if
you're watching,
well, the jury's out for that one.
and if you're watching the podcast version, then the internet got fucked in January.
Yeah.
And I can do whatever I want in front of the camera, including take off my pants, which I won't do.
Yeah, we don't want that kind of copy strike.
Well, I mean, Elliot does. But...
Let's move on, please. So, if you don't see, I'm Calvin. I'm the Pokemon punk and the basically the slice of life guy around here.
I'm Reese, the Gundam Guru.
I'm Ren, the JoJo genius.
I'm Elliot, the Vanguard Vagrant. I've legally changed my nickname. And I have a very quick message for someone, and they're not going to be named, but here we go. Fuck you, Dad! I am Japanese. I say itadakimasu before I eat.
Calm down, buddy.
I say words like kawaii, desu, and sugoi, which, let's be honest, all you fucking need to be Japan. And just, fuck you, Dad, no, your waifu doesn't exist.
By the way, for the record, if you're watching the podcast version, it's on YouTube. Reese is the one that's on the far left, then it's Ren next, then me, then Elliot. Although Elliot's had his hair cut since that.
Wait, Reese
drawing.
isn't the one on the far left.
Yeah.
No, he is in the little chibi that Bride drew, the chibi one. That's the one I put. That's the one because the one that I normally use for the thumbnails doesn't format very well on my editing software.
Never mind. I had my haircut. I've had it straightened and dyed as well.
I will say though, it does kind of suit you, man.
Yeah, it does make me look more Japanime.
Do you know what's amazing? Before anime was really coined over the West, it was called Japanimation by most people.
Yeah.
Because I remember I saw an old Jonathan Ross documentary on it where he was talking about it, and it was called Japanimation. It was when the BBC was airing Akira for the first time.
Oh, right.
And it's kind of interesting to see how far it's come.
Yeah,
honestly,
the BBC aired Akira.
The BBC aired Akira for the first time in the 90s. Yeah,
wow.
It was a terrible dub. It was a really bad dub. It's not the dub that we have now.
Yeah. But I mean, the fact that they would kind of, show something quite that quickly.
Remember, it did very well critically at a lot of film festivals. It was aired
there are a lot of we don't really have a lot of channels to watch anime. Though a while ago, I did watch one. I had things like Seraph the End, Gurulagan.
We're getting off topic. So
sorry.
So getting back on topic, this is all about the best of fall, and it's the first since we got this done. It's the first year all four of us have done every season.
Yeah.
Because last year, me and Reese took over winter.
Yep.
That was the first vlog you guys did, wasn't it?
First one we did, and
just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
We make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I. Not these two.
Anyway.
Yeah, you didn't have your yaoi boys until now.
If anything,
just embrace the yaoi. You're the only one who does it.
If you get Pup to draw that, I swear to God, I'm kicking you out of the house.
We see you on.
It's okay. You can live with me.
But here's the thing. So fall. What do we think of fall as overall?
Honestly, with me, I know you guys don't agree with me with this, but I think it's just the best season we've had this year.
I know Reese is going to back you up on that one. Didn't you
Yes.
think it was the best one of the year?
Best one. Because we finally have a good next show.
We do have a good one.
We've had Darling in the Franxx. You've had Full Metal Panic.
Yes, but this has been just the best standalone one.
Oh yeah, good.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one, but we'll get to that point in a bit.
I think
I will say thank you for recommending Gridman because I probably would have missed that if I hadn't. And it was real highlight for me.
I was going to watch it anyway.
What about you?
I think it's had quite a few good shows, but a couple of them I've watched and dropped just because I've been basically uninterested. So I think it's had a lot of good ones, but perhaps less good ones than I would say.
Fall would have been my best season of the year, except spring happened. And I think spring, I was a bit more invested in the season than I was with fall.
Yeah, spring was really good.
Whereas with spring, there was like 3 or 4 shows a day I was watching, whereas this season, there was at most 2 or 3. And even then, it was only over the weekend. The weekdays, I was still only having one show a week. It's not as bad as summer, where I had a day off. I didn't get a day off this season, which is actually great, because it meant I was watching JoJo all the time when I was coming back from FNM.
Yeah.
And how about to all the people at Just Play in Liverpool? I'll see you this weekend at the GP. So here's the thing, though. Fall season for me, the fall has always been a highlight. I think the last 3 years on record, it's always been a highlight. In fact, I'm going to go as far as say 5 years, because fall 2015 had One Punch Man.
Yeah.
So,
oh God, yeah.
So look at 2016, one of the best seasons since I took my professional job. Like, that scene was great. 2017, arguably, possibly better. This season we had so many great stuff.
Yeah, it's surprising, like how few things I didn't like. To be there, could probably just because I didn't watch quite a lot of the things.
And I was kind of glad that this was the one season of the year, apart from Winter, that really wasn't defined by its sequels. I was kind of, do you know what it was? I was kind of getting sequel fatigue.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And I was kind of glad there was a bunch of new stuff to really get into. And not to say the sequels were bad or anything. In fact, there's some really great sequels that came out.
Yeah, but I feel like the sequels definitely overshadowed the originals. Like mostly just an overall quality, really.
Right, we've got 5 nominees to give out today, so we're going to get on with things. We're going to quickly skim over the holdovers, since the holdovers were really inconsequential.
Which were the holdovers?
Well, for us it was just Angels of Death and Black Clover, but you weren't even watching.
I didn't finish either of those, to be honest.
Go with Angels of Death because I promise you.
I dropped Black Clover before.
I promise you, Angels of Death ended well.
Yeah.
I picked Angels of Death.
I picked Half-Life Vanguard because it's been so good. He'll back me up on this.
It is good, but I picked Black Clover.
Yeah.
That last episode was amazing.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking you pick it.
I will say, me and Reese are the only two still watching Black Clover.
So good.
I haven't dropped it. I just haven't got back around to watching it yet.
I haven't dropped. I haven't been as enthusiastic about you with it. But do you know what I've said? I've said, do you know what? I've actually left negative comments on that. Everyone's still saying it's still bad. Because I'm like, no, it has improved.
Yeah.
It's not like Bleach, where it took a while to really get good and then it was really great. But it's getting on that route.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? It's not had the same improvement that, say, Twin Star Exorcist had.
Oh yeah.
Which is, I know you're a big fan of Twin Star Exorcist, but I wasn't a huge fan until episode like 13, 15.
Yeah. I will so back you up there. Like until we met the kid with the eye patch, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, until we met him.
It was sort of okay. It was just I was watching it because there was something to watch. Really.
What's this, Black Clover?
No, Twin Star Exorcist.
Okay.
It was something that we were watching before you joined Anime Amigos.
Right. Okay.
And me and Elliot were really big fans of it. I don't know about you, Reese. I never heard you talk about it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Just not as much as you two.
I've bought the first 4 volumes of the manga. I've still not got around to reading them yet.
Oh, nice.
I'll be talking about my manga habits, but let's move on to the ones that really matter. Let's start with best OP. We're going to start in the usual order. Reese, and let's get up the thing. Speaking of which, if you're listening to the audio on this thing on the podcast, I'm sorry, but it's attached to the microphone is pretty much attached to the laptop, so you're going to hear a bit of my typing, I'm afraid. See how professional we are in this show. So, Reese, what's your runners up?
Zombieland Saga.
First point for Zombie.
Because it is just a Tokusatsu opening.
Yes, it is.
It's Flashman.
Yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah, while the song isn't too great, the animation is just
No,
superb.
the song's great.
The song is really good.
By the way, it's on iTunes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Next one.
Running with the Wind.
Oh, I'm glad that's getting some love, because I thought me and Ren were the only ones watching it.
I've been watching it.
Then Double Decker.
I didn't watch Double Decker.
Oh, that's been really good.
That was a really good one.
Then Hinamaru Sumo.
Yeah, it's got good.
Do you know it's one of those
so good.
Really good OP.
I liked the OP on that one. I will grant you that one. So Sumo gets a point.
And then first place Gridman.
How did I know Gridman?
It had to be Gridman.
I'm surprised still don't know what is on it now, honestly.
It's good, but the other one's just overshadowed it.
Yeah, good point.
Here we go. It's of course this is the beginning of the Gridman run from this.
It's Full Metal Panic all over again.
Yes.
Elliot, quickly before we...
Number 5 is Gridman.
Okay, that's a point for Gridman.
Number 4 is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Yep.
Which I'm also surprised didn't turn up on your one, considering our conversation before we started recording this.
It would have been 6.
Okay.
And number 3 is Zombieland Saga.
Number 1 for Zombies.
Number 2 is Golden Kamuy, which I will be honest, I actually think I prefer it to a Winding Road.
I don't.
I don't.
I always.
But do you know what?
Yeah, I know you guys are big men with the Mission fans, and don't get me wrong, it's still a great OP. I just really like it.
Do you know what's weird though? The Top Anime Weekly those best OPs of the season. They named it not only the best of fall, they named it the best of the year.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
I know. And this was done by subscriber votes as well, so it's not as if this was just a load of critics deciding this.
Yikes.
It beat things like Darling in the Franxx by quite a long distance.
Seriously, even beat Persona 5.
Even beat Persona 5. Oh, Persona 5 barely scratched the surface of that list.
Persona 5's amazing though.
Let's move on.
Anyway, and my number 1 is Sword Art Online Alicization.
I saw that
Oh,
one
I
coming.
completely forgot about that anime. Oh yeah, that's a good OP as well. I might.
Ren, it's your turn now.
Right, so my.
You can add SAO in the last minute if you want.
No, there's nowhere I want to push it off. So
I'm just going to put the point. I just know where the points are going.
So that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Hell yeah.
Golden Kamuy.
I'm surprised Kamuy's doing as well as it has done at this point.
Hinamaru Zumo.
Which one's
The
it?
sumo
The
one.
sumo one.
And wait, have I given 4 there? Oh no, sorry, Zombieland Saga.
Of zombies.
And JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's got to be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. To be
And
honest.
so it begins.
And here and so the plague starts.
Okay, so, and you're going to say the same for my one now, probably, if you've been listening to me talk the last few. First runner-up I had was Run with the Wind. Really, big Union Square Station.
I will be honest, that one was very close.
Then I had Zombieland Saga.
A lot of them were really close, I'd say.
Then, one of you's going to be happy in a minute, I went with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
As a runner-up.
Then I went with Sword Art Online Alchemization.
And then number 1, Rascal.
With Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Yep.
Love that OP.
Also, I am taking it as a personal offence that neither of you put JoJo's because it's objectively the best.
You're gonna hate me even more for this. I haven't even seen it.
Calm, young Padawan.
Now I understand where Reese is coming from with Full Metal Panic.
Yeah. It's been 12 years. No one's watched this one.
Don't worry. I might watch it depending on what you pick as your wild card.
Let's move. Well, interestingly,
what do you mean depending on what you pick?
Well, interestingly, we got 4 anime in joint first place at this point because we got Zombieland, SAO, Gridman, and JoJo all have 4 points.
Nice.
But let's discuss the top ones we picked. So, Bunny Girl Senpai, I was the only one who picked it. I'm very surprised by that one.
I will be honest. I did find myself singing it a couple of times, like out of the blue, but it wasn't too big on it.
For my problem, it was when it starts with that woman singing. She's not got a singing voice at the very beginning.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It's like nails on the chalkboard.
It's just
It's like nails on the chalkboard.
but every time I do it, every time I get to the ooh, I just do that.
Yeah.
And he lives with me, so he knows that I do that. It's impossible not to do. It's a bit like not going Jaeger.
Yeah, it's not going. It's like going.
Is it just like not going one punch?
It's like not going one punch. It's like not going fighting gold. It's like it's one of those.
Break down.
Yeah.
I'm the only one. I'm surprised. I'm the only one who thought Sword Art Online was the best.
It is a good OP.
Can I just say, SAO was so close to taking it for me.
but
it was a case of which one do I look forward to seeing every week, and I just think my problem with the SAO one is the visuals give away too much of the plot, and I don't like OPs that give away too much.
Yeah, like it's a problem I have with the Naruto OPs. They always show what happened.
And the Black Clover ones are as good as the Black Clover ones are. They're really bad for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But still.
Speaking of which, this season had the worst Black Clover opening to date.
Yeah, well, that's because it was written and sung by a 16-year-old.
It wasn't bad, I'd say. Just underwhelming compared to the others.
By the way, Ripley's wandering around here with a haircut.
No.
By the way, I'm just going to continue with Sword Art Online. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter whether you're a fan or you're not a fan or you're in the middle like us. You always have to admit Sword Art Online always has phenomenal OPs.
Yeah. Do you know one that I'm surprised didn't turn up on your list? Because I thought I was based on the way we've been talking because we've been meeting at Axia's open rooms on every other Wednesday of the month.
Please come.
Please come. We got Mario Party now. And we're gonna have Smash Brothers as at the end of today.
Yeah, and Joker from Persona 5 is going to be in it. Sorry, Cloud, I found a new main.
Calm.
I know, I'm trying to be as calm as I can.
Well, I'm going to have my best team ever because I'm going to have a 5-man team of Sonic, Pikachu, Diddy Kong, Snake, and Joker now.
Hell yeah.
That's my 5 mains.
Yeah. Anyway,
Joker in that? Why is Joker in it?
Joker from Persona 5 is going in Smash Bros as the first DLC character.
What?
I just
of all.
Why are you complaining?
I'm not complaining, but of all franchises, why Persona?
because it's huge in Japan.
That
you
makes sense.
moron.
Also, I'm just thinking, could this also be a tease that Persona 5 is coming to Switch? I pray to God it is.
Well,
Surprising.
if it does come to Switch, please text me to make sure I know you're alive.
Yeah.
It's a bit like when
Yeah, you'll just see me in my complete darkness in the room with the only words I'm able to utter is, I'm out of crisps. I need more Dr. Pepper.
I am mad scientist, son of a bitch.
So cool!
Do you know what to make?
Anyway, sorry, you were saying...
It's amazing because I've got to get my IT guy who uploads all the links and all the shit with the things we do on here. I've got to get him a present, and this is the 1 year I won't be able to get. I've given him Steins Gate stuff 2 years in a row. This year I'm going to give him. I don't know what I'm going to give him because I don't want to give him something Steins Gate again.
Alright.
And Steins Gate 0 is not out on Blu-ray. But here's one I was getting back to the point. The one I was really surprised because of the way we've been talking with each other. Goblin Slayer didn't turn up on your top.
Yeah, that's surprising. Actually, for me.
Yeah, it was a good. I will admit, it was a good OP. I feel like it fit the anime really well.
I'm gonna get a spoiler out of the way as well for Goblin Slayer. It's not on any of my top 5s.
Isn't it?
Not even biggest disappointment. I have.
Really?
Yeah, no, I got.
You're sort of mixed on it.
I'm very mixed on it. I don't come down one way or the other with Goblin Slayer. I'm kind of in the middle with it. There's episodes where I think this is really good, and there's episodes where I think this is really bad. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not going to make a decision. I know you're not a fan of it.
No.
I know you two are fans.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I enjoy it.
But we're kind of like the spectrum of YouTube at the minute, because everyone on YouTube either really loves it or really hates it. Of all the YouTube critics I've spoken to, speaking of which, big shout out to Isla McTeer, has been great. Who's got a great channel. While you've got, I've mentioned her in my book, but while we've definitely got YouTube as is, please check out her channel. She does amazing videos, and then she can get to the essence of an anime in like 5 minutes.
We can put her link in the
Yeah,
doobly.
and well, the great thing is, anytime she's done things, I've tried to reply to things saying this is what I think, and she's always replied back, which is really gracious, because there's several YouTube channels that do that too, don't reply.
Yeah, like there's a YouTube channel called Riff Shop, I believe they're called.
Yeah.
They don't do this anymore, but they used to always comment. Like whenever I used to comment on the video, they would always reply, and they are really good. By the way, subscribe to Riff Shop, please. They recently did an awesome cover of Kiss of Death from Darling in the Franxx.
Is there any that you guys are surprised were not really mentioned or didn't do too well?
Best OP.
For best OP, before we get on to SDD.
No, not really.
No, most of the ones I was expecting, the ones I was very surprised was Goblin Slayer didn't get more, and
JoJo's.
Slime I was also kind of surprised wasn't more. Now you knew
I'm surprised.
I'm
surprised Slime didn't get more. Yeah.
Yeah, Slime was really good.
Yeah.
But we heard from Reese. You did it.
I tell you what, I do love. I was listening to the Slime OP again, and I kind of didn't realise it's
Slime barely missed out on mine.
It's less often that you hear like acoustic guitar in like an OP, and I think in Slime it's actually like
You get acoustic,
it really works.
you get acoustic guitar in Bunny Senpai.
Yeah, but I mean it's less. In Slime.
In Slime, it probably works a bit more.
Yeah, I think it does.
Let's move on to our best EDs.
All right.
Reese, we're starting with you again.
Right, runners up. We've got Zombieland Saga.
Very surprised by that
I
one.
wasn't very big on the
We'll get to that in a bit.
Yep, then Rascal.
I'm glad it's saying some love there.
Yep. Then Running with the Winds.
Okay.
Then Hinamaru Sumo.
Nice. It sounds like
That is
Yeah,
so
it was
good.
pretty good, wasn't it?
sounds like Skin Dread, and I love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
First, Gridman.
I completely
Of course.
forgot about that one.
Of course,
but,
Gridman
That's got amazing.
It is amazing.
No, hang on, it gets more than that, so it's up to 7. Yep.
Yeah, do you know another OP I'm surprised didn't make it? Radiant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
to be
considering Radiant's been on top of a lot of boards. Yeah. Let's move on to your lot.
Alright, number 5 is Radiant, and it's probably going to be the only point it's going to get from anyone.
Okay.
I don't know what you guys think of it. Number 2 is an Hinamaru Sumo.
I apologise in advance. It didn't quite make my one.
It's fine.
So
it's okay.
good.
Number 3 is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you wasn't on
Yeah,
yours.
it just missed out.
Number 2 is Gridman.
Gridman.
And you know why? And you know why you're surprised I didn't mention Goblin Slayer? It's because I was talking about the ED. It's number 1, Goblin Slayer.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to admit, I think the ED's better than the OP.
It is a really.
I just can't get past the 3D animation walking in the middle.
Yeah.
That's the reason I didn't pick
Also,
it.
didn't you mention that it looks a lot like an Miyashiro's Unlimited
Reality
Blade works?
Yeah, it is just his reality marble from Fate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that Ren, you're up.
So number 5 is Hinumaru Zumo.
Nice.
Number 4 is JoJo's Part 5.
I'm surprised that's not number 1.
Yeah. It's alright. It's just
I didn't like it.
It's chill more.
Well, I didn't like it at all.
Yeah. Number 3, SSS Gridman.
Gridman, that's another one for
Not
Gridman.
for Gridman.
No.
Number 2
Gridman's so good.
is
Yeah.
Golden Kamuy.
Kamui.
And number 1 is
I was-
Miguel Senpai.
I really
Thank
wasn't.
you.
I'll be honest. I
Great.
really wasn't a fan of Gon Kamui's ED.
Really,
I didn't like the singer.
I really liked it.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was the
it
thing that put me off most
Yeah.
of it, especially considering it came from the last ED, which was great.
It was the last ED was phenomenal.
And right now, I will say it's my ED of the year.
Nice. I can't remember what my. One second.
Okay.
I'm gonna check what my favorite ED of last season was.
Okay, I'll go with mine.
sorry,
My first
spring.
one is
Oh yeah, mine was Steins
Run,
Gate.
Run with the Wind was my first runner-up. Then I had Zombieland Saga. Then I'm reading the wrong one.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, no, I didn't really. Then so I did Run with the Wind was correct. I really liked the ED of that one.
Yeah.
Then I went with Slime.
Yep.
Nice one.
Slime.
Then
Slime.
Slime.
Slimy. Limelu Tempesti.
Then I kind of went for. I didn't go for Zombieland Saga in the end. I was thinking about it, but I thought I didn't really get into it. I went then for Iraduku because I thought it had a pretty good ED.
It was a nice ED, to be fair. It was close to mine.
And then I went with Bunny Girl Senpai's last runner-up,
Really, runner up.
and my number 1 is Radiant.
Wow,
Wow.
fair.
It is a really good ED though.
I love the ED for Radiant. It's the one I stay for the end credits for every time. As Bunny Girl Senpai, any other season I would have picked it, but Radiant was just that little bit better. I like the little cardboard cutouts.
Yeah,
See,
the cardboard cards were really cute.
See, I really liked the. That was one of the reasons I didn't pick it. Again, like with an ED, I want something that's like hand drawn or like not hand drawn, but like animated piece by piece. I think the card like.
But it's so cute.
I know it's cute, but it's
There's a lot of effort into it. It's very stylistic. You got to admit, it stands out compared to a lot of the other EDs.
It does
Yes,
stand out,
yeah. But then again, I mean, come on, Bunny Girl Senpai's is just great. Who doesn't love seeing cute girls walk across a beach with like jazz in the
and it does relate back to all the character arcs that are going on. That's what
it changes every
it
episode.
changes.
So that was one of the
Which is why it's going to be a right bitch to find one to send over to Axia to say this is what we want to put as the link.
But that
the
was
ED.
the main reason it kind of stood.
It's just like Calvin, what have you been watching in your spare time?
I will tell you though, the scorecard right now is Gridman's at number 1 with 9 points.
Not
Bunny Girl
surprised.
Senpai's in second with 8.
And then we've got joint thirds.
Joint thirds for JoJo, Sumo, and Zombieland Saga.
I don't think Sumo's getting any more points, to be honest.
I'm telling you right now, it's not got any points on me.
It's actually
I think it's got one more for me.
It's got one off me.
Okay, I will tell you right now though. So Reese, your one was Gridman again.
Yes. So good.
It wasn't really
I
good.
think I'm noticing a pattern here.
Yeah, I just really like the style, the way it was like a photography on the phone.
Also,
of the main two
I
girls.
liked how it was mostly just between Akane and Rika.
Yeah.
I thought they were both like, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do you
hate
think it might like show what they were like in the past? Like in the past, they might have been really good friends.
Yeah. Which spoilers, you find out why.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, the last couple of episodes have been pretty good.
I honestly haven't
Yeah.
seen the last two
I haven't
episodes.
watched
Oh, it's
I
good.
really,
Yeah, no,
really want to.
seriously, it's getting good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the things though I will say is the one for anime that I think was really kind of anime that was really disadvantaged, which we're going to include it, is Castlevania. It didn't have much to go with in this category because again, it's a Netflix show. I mean, I actually heard an interesting quote because I was watching a really good video about how Netflix might affect the anime industry going forward.
Was that by the Anime Man?
I don't know if it's the Anime Man or not, but it was one because it was like some of the projects they got coming up, like not the fact of redubbing Evangelion.
Yeah.
They got they're doing the Southeast Asian graphic novel that they're turning into an anime. But one of the things they've said is one of the quotes is the guy who runs anime is a former guy.
The guy who runs anime. Is this all anime?
It just runs anime.
The head
Just you isekai, you grit,
the guy
you
who-
hentai.
the guy
Yes,
who
master.
is the head of anime at Netflix, I should say.
He runs the anime.
He used to be a guy who worked for David Production, who does JoJo,
Okay.
and he's actually said, I don't think we're going to get if more things go to Netflix. I don't imagine we're going to get much music license for these things because music companies are not going to license out something which someone could just press skip, and you can see that in things like Be the Beginning, which doesn't really have a traditional OP, and Castlevania is kind of going down that route. So I can imagine. But it was
To be fair, I don't think Castlevania really needed like sort of an anime style OP because it is an American production.
Can I just say one of the best single tracks I heard this year was their version of Bloody Tears for episode 7 of
that was
the
right.
show. It was like that's
In fact, the soundtrack.
if you play the games, that's a nerd.
In fact, the
moment.
soundtrack for Castlevania is good overall.
It is really good.
yeah.
But anyway,
The whole show is great.
we are getting.
If it wasn't for Violet Evergarden and A Place Further in the Universe, I'd say it was one of the best soundtracks of the year.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, by the way, we are getting off topic.
Yes, we are.
ED wise, you went for
Goblin Slayer.
Solemn Slayer. We've already kind of sort of discussed a bit on that
Yeah,
one. But
I'm surprised no one else picked it. Actually, I thought it was.
it was alright, but I wouldn't go nuts on it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go nuts over it either. But I do. But I do think when it comes to the EDs of this season, it was definitely one of the best. Like. Also, it's like with One Punch where it goes, dust it, dust it, dust it. I just have to constantly sing that.
Okay, let's move on now. Biggest disappointment. Now, can I just stress, how many of us picked something that was good but disappointing, and how many of us picked something that was just plain awful?
All mine were awful.
All yours were awful?
One of mine I found awful. The other one was something that was good but didn't live up to what I was thinking of it.
One of mine. I don't know. I think they both had potential, but weren't good.
Mine are all, they had potential, and I was really looking forward to them, but they didn't turn out too well.
Actually,
With one exception.
Actually, wait, yeah, I don't think I really got anything awful. Just ones that didn't meet up to expectations.
No, mine are all didn't meet up to expectation.
Oh, I've got all the awful ones on mine.
Okay, let's get on with the awful ones then, Reese. Get us the worst.
My sister, my writer. It's Lollybait. We've added Syscon in the mix.
Oh god.
Oh god, I don't even like typing that this is in. This thing just disgusts me every time I see it.
Conception, Terrible Isekai.
Jesus.
Terrible isekai, that should have been a hentai.
The fact that two of these were on the same day as Bunny Senpai is really telling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then Uzumade. The main character should be put on a sex offenders register. That's what I've written. Because it is bad.
Yeah, it's not as bad.
Oh god, if these are all runners up, what's number one?
Oh yeah. Second, Ulysses. That's just generic Lollybait.
Us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Us.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Us, yeah.
First, Takachi. Because
Takachi.
it made sexual assault attempt to be
Which one was
funny.
that one?
Takachi was the two male idols.
Oh yes, and it was done by the same studio that does Bunny Girl Senpai, Cloverworks.
I did not.
It made fun of a sexual assault, which you should never do.
I agree.
I did not. Like seriously, that's something like Rice Gum would do.
Yeah, it
But
is bad.
yeah, I did not see that. But
That's one of
because
the best thing about the Fortnite rap done by JT Music. They take a shot of Rice Gum.
Yeah, I will say I didn't see it, but that's because at the very beginning you said they made light of a sexual assault. I was just like, yeah I can already tell it's going to be a bad one.
I already looked at the poster and thought, I reckon this will just be plain yaoi bait at best.
Yeah.
And it's annoying because I was going to say, until that anime came out, I was going to say Cloverworks was the best anime studio of the year, but I can't.
I mean, to be fair, some people could say Bloom Into You originally could have been Yuri bait.
But at the same time, they did.
Yeah, they did. They did sort of.
As much as I wasn't that into it, and I did drop it, I fully admit, if you aimed at the right market, it's a decently written anime.
I didn't watch it.
Hence why I didn't. Okay, your ones, mate.
I only have two. The first one, I think you might be a little disappointed, is Golden Camelweed.
What disappointment?
No, the reason why. No, I will.
We'll get into
No, I will admit, it's the reason why is because I was expecting it to be something as good as the first season, and it didn't live up.
Yeah.
It's still really good, just didn't live up to expectation. And number two is Ulius, John d'Arc, and the Alchemist Knight. Because
That's your most disappointing one.
Yeah, because it really did not live up to expectations.
Yeah, it was just pure Lollybait.
Yeah, like it interested me for the first couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Like the first episode did just sort of interest me, but after the third, I was just like, this is just crap.
Yeah,
Like,
because you know it's bad when one of the characters' main description is Tits McGee.
Yeah, like the.
That's the only thing you can say about it.
Yeah, the biggest issue is just it left no impact.
Yeah.
It's not there is.
It's a nothing show.
Yeah.
Ren, you're up.
I only have 2. Disappointment. Do I have to give -3 points because I feel it's a bit hard?
You have to do.
Okay, well, -1 I'll put to Hinamaru Sumo.
Really?
Yeah, the first 2 episodes I was like, okay, this is quite cool. You know, it's like pitting sumo against like wrestling and stuff. But then like after that, it just became generic like sports shonen trash, and
I thought it was alright.
it was okay. It's just the potential it had through away.
Admittedly, I haven't only watched like 6 episodes of it, but I thought it was still okay.
It was okay. And then -3 to Goblin Slayer. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Lost every point it got.
Again,
And it's probably not going to get any more.
Like, again, it was a case of the first episode, like, it obviously introduced these dark themes and then wanted to pursue them.
And it just sort of became like a generic generic fantasy.
Yeah.
The thing is, it did do like sort of a repeat of that where everyone in Goblin Slayer's team was getting absolutely destroyed, and it brought back flashbacks of that.
Yeah.
So it does still have dark elements. It just knows that it shouldn't only rely on them dark elements.
But then I watched, I think it was, I don't know if it was last episode or the episode before, where Goblin Slayer wakes up in bed and he's next to, like, you know, and then this woman, he's just got his
that was
she's
episode. That was
completely
episode
6, I believe it was.
6. Oh yeah, when he was in bed with the Sword Maiden.
Yeah,
there was
like the second that character turned up and her outfit was just like, you know, tits on show. It was just, for fuck's sake, Goblin Slayer.
But hey, it's not Ulius. It's no Ulius.
Yeah.
No, I'll agree. There was way worse this season. I want to stress all of mine get a mention further down the line. They're all going to get points back that they lose, but these are all just disappointment. So, and I did change this at the last minute.
Yeah.
This was going to be different up until the last minute, which is Golden Kamuy originally was going to be my worst, but it saved itself at the last minute with the last couple of episodes.
Golden Kamuy was going to be your worst.
Yes, because I wanted it to be as good as the first season, and it just wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
But so,
and it's so disappointing me. But
the
next one, and I'm going to get this one out, my friend. Next one, I really hate myself for this. I really hate myself, but I can't ignore it. I'm going to have to do -1 to Sarune. And I hate doing this because it's KyoAni, it's my favourite anime studio. And but this is lackluster compared to what they've been doing the rest of the year.
Yeah, because that was the archery one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I like it, but I was expecting this to be my dominant thing of the season, and it was just on every week, and I was just watching it out of obligation. But my #1, and I'm so surprised I'm the only one who's put this in, I'm going for Sword Art Online.
So really?
Because as much as I thought the first bit of it was really good, and then it went downhill so fast.
Honestly,
and I was like, why do I get my hopes up every time? And the fact is, I'm stuck with it. I'm stuck with it now.
I still did kind of like it. I'll be honest.
It's the last episode I enjoyed.
I enjoyed the last episode. But
I enjoyed the last couple episodes. But I'm with you. Mostly, there were only 2 episodes I wasn't a fan of, and those were the ones with Asuna. Like, I never thought in my life I would just think, Jesus Christ, just get back to Kirito.
That is saying something, and the fact is, okay, this explanation for what they're doing is really dumb.
Yeah, also, it's unnecessary. I feel like they should, I remember you saying this, but I feel like they should save the reveal of what happened to Kirito to later down the line.
Why was this not, episode 12, 13? There's a lot more going on with Kirito. Admittedly, it does put a lot of what is going on with Yu-Gi-Oh! In a new light. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been one of the most interesting parts of this new season.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like is one of the...
Even though they now seem to be turning him into a blonde Kirito.
Yeah, they're not entirely. He does still have some differences, and he is still a pretty good character, I would say.
I'm waiting for the final... There's a couple of anime I'm waiting for the final thing to judge them. But, okay... anyone else got any... So we kind of discussed this here. We can't really discuss what your awful ones were.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Your biggest disappointment...
Was Julius, yeah.
And we kind of discussed that one.
Again, it was mostly a nothing anime, and there was and I don't know, it really, I unconsciously dropped it. Because I was just like, you know what, maybe, next thing I know, 3 weeks have gone by, and behind it, just like, you know what, I really don't want to watch this.
Sarune.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
I was just it was then 6 weeks, a few weeks passed. I thought, you know what, I could catch up on it. It's just like, you know what, I just don't care anymore. I just don't want to.
And what was your biggest disappointment again? You picked
Mine was
Goblin
Goblin Slayer.
and we kind of gone into Goblin Slayer. So I think we need to, we're going into all of those ones. I think the only one we haven't really discussed, which was the only one that I put on the board, is Sarune. Was I the only one really properly watching it?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it that much. It just seemed a bit too generic.
It's amazing.
Especially compared to Running with the Wind.
Yeah.
And again, and again, I thought loads of people were going to be nuts about this because it's KyoAni who have been on a roll this year. Like, look at everything they've been doing. They've done Violet Evergarden, Tease Monogatari. I've heard Freeze really good from the fans of that one. I haven't been watching it. Liz and the Bluebird has been one of the best reviewed films of the year. Yeah. I'm dead excited to get to see it because I'm a big UFO fan. But here's the big problem I have. But the big problem I have was it was just a nothing.
Here's Ripley, everybody. Here's
with a haircut.
No, she's all short.
Yep, she's not Ripley anymore. She's Ratbag.
No.
Let's move on.
Get a little face, and I'm not just talking about Elliot.
Hey, that's a good one. Okay, so
Keep that yaoi coming.
Yeah.
So biggest surprise.
Okay. So I started with Gridman because I knew it was going to be good because it's Trigger.
Yeah, it's Trigger.
So that's why it's so low. But yeah, that's just been amazing. Then Run with the Wind.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Yeah. Then Scoreface Book, Scala, Honda-san. That's been really good.
There's books. What did I do with Bookseller?
Bookseller was great.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that.
Do you know what's amazing though? I wasn't that into it, to be honest.
Really?
I loved it.
I really tried to get into it. I thought
It's alright.
It's all right. I wouldn't go as nuts for it as everyone else says.
I wouldn't say. I mean, it didn't get any points for me, but it's still alright.
Let's go with the next one.
Second, I've got Slime. That's been really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then first, Rascal.
I'm so glad you picked that one.
Yeah.
We'll get into that one in a minute because we're going to be discussing these things. I've dropped the remote. That's good. This is going to be a scene.
Ripley, fetch.
Don't ask her to fetch. You get it whilst Elliot does his.
Alright. First is Double Decker.
Yeah, I really need to know about this one because I've been missing
really
out.
It has been pretty. I wouldn't say it's really good. I would say this though: the villain of it looks like a mixture between Alex DeLarge from Clockwork Orange and Kefka.
Let's move. Let's next one.
Number 2 is Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Senpai. Number 3 is Sword Art Online Alicization. I'll be honest. I thought it would be worse than it actually was.
Okay, yeah, no, I agree on that one.
Number 2 is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. And number 1 is Run with the Wind.
I'm actually no offense. I'm very pleased Run with the Wind's doing well because I really didn't think it was going to do as well as it has done.
Yeah.
You're up, Ren.
I put Run with the Wind.
This is his best category so far.
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah, like you wouldn't expect an anime about running to be this good.
No.
And it's going into the winter season as well.
Oh, nice.
It's a holdover.
Really?
It's going to be a holdover. Yeah, it's going for 22 episodes.
To be fair, I wasn't thinking like they will be able to do all of it in only 12.
episodes. No way.
It's based on a novel, from what I've heard, rather than a light novel or a manga. So that's probably where a lot of it's come. And why it's college students rather than high school students.
Yeah.
Next one is Gridman.
Gridman, yeah, none of us are really were expecting as much.
I was still expecting it to be good.
That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Nice.
Seems to be one of the more consistent ones at this point.
Skeleton Bookseller Honda-san.
It's finally getting on the board.
And Zombieland Saga.
Ah, yeah.
It's my number 1.
See, I knew Zombieland Saga was in some way going to be really good, but I didn't.
I
didn't know exactly
I
how.
think it was
I
going to
thought
be
it was an interesting. I thought it was an interesting idea. I thought I would enjoy it. I did. It was pretty good.
Okay, my big surprises. I'm actually not got Run with the Wind because I was actually had good expectations for it because again it was production IG and they do really good sports anime. And we were actually commenting when we saw the animation. We were saying this is basically the same animation as Haikyuu and Welcome to the Ballroom. Is this like a production IG sports anime?
I was expecting it to be kind of good. I was not expecting to see how. I was not expecting how good it was.
But I just want to play with the thought here. Imagine an actual shared universe of production ID sports anime.
Do you know what? Run with the Wind is my 5th runner-up on that basis because I have to agree. I didn't expect that much out of it, and it's the second half. And I was kind of drifting off with the first half of it, and then the second half picked me back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a real surprise. Then I'm also going to go for Radiant. Radiant was
surprisingly good.
And I wasn't expecting much out of it, but it was a nice anime. I was enjoying watching it.
Yeah, it wasn't great, and it did feel a bit like Black Clover at times, but it was still pretty good.
I enjoyed it more than Black Clover in some levels.
Really?
Yeah. Then I'm going to go for Gridman, which I didn't even know was coming out, but man, it's one of Trigger's best things in a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although I would say I maybe prefer Frank's, but
I'm gonna say no. I do prefer Frank's.
I prefer Gridman.
but I will say,
Really?
Yeah, it's got more interesting villains.
Can I just say though, if Gridman hadn't come out when it did, it would have made it in my book.
Yeah.
So take some solace in that one. And then I've got that time I got reincarnated as a slime, which I expected to be just another isekai.
Yeah.
And in fact, I expected it to be a lame Konosuba ripoff.
Yeah.
And it turned out it was actually quite good. But my number one was the anime where I thought it will probably be middling. It'll probably be middling, won't be that great, or it will be okay, but they could have done this better. But then it turned out to be just brilliant, and that's Bunny Girl Senpai.
Of course.
I really thought, okay, I saw the premise for this, and I went, this could go horribly wrong.
Yeah, I saw it. I was thinking, seems interesting, but don't.
And then the first episode really intrigued me. And then by episode 3, I'm like, okay, this is an anime of the year contender.
Just like, how do you put so much character and emotion in 3 episodes, more character and emotion in 3 episodes than you get in 4 series of romance anime?
Yeah, no, it's and one of the things I like is the fact they didn't turn into a harem anime. They did stick their guns. Yeah. They said, we're going to have this ship, we're going to stick with it. You don't like it.
It's a good ship. It won't sink.
The thing is, unlike a lot of other harem anime where all the females are like bowing down to this person, still not online.
Yeah.
Like they all actually it's only really my and Sakura, was it?
I believe that was her name. Yeah.
It was, who were both really too in love. Everyone was just sort of going on with the rest of their life.
Futaba had her own guy she liked, and the sisters one was just wrapped up a couple of days ago. It was all more about being my sister, and it didn't. And Sakta was just kind of like the second person, and that's what I like about the fact. And it really surprised me in a lot of sense. I'm going to get back to Bunny Senpai in a bit, but Reese, your biggest surprise was Rascal as well. Yeah. What was so surprising for you?
Oh, the dialogue has been amazing.
Yeah, the dialogue is the best thing about that show.
It is brilliant, phenomenal.
It's some of the best writing of the year.
Yeah, I'll agree with that one.
Surprise.
Your surprise, Ren. We'll get back to you in a minute, Elliot.
Okay.
Oh wait, have we done surprise? Well, hang on.
We did your surprise. Yeah, you
so
went with Zombieland Saga.
Right,
See, that surprised me in itself because I thought we all were going with Zombieland Saga, was something we were all really looking forward to.
I thought I was kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah, it had a great premise.
Hang on, was that surprise?
Yeah, and not to mention, I'll be honest, despite how dark the beginning scene is, I never laughed so much at
that was
anime.
hilarious.
What was your biggest surprise?
My biggest surprise was Zombieland Saga.
Bang!
She walked on the
Simon
door.
SAO needs extra points then.
Take SAO. So, little correction there. I accidentally gave my best originals there rather than best surprise.
Because he couldn't read.
Yeah, but in my best originals were
You mean best surprise?
Sorry, best surprise was that time I got reincarnated as a slime and Zombieland Saga. Sorry.
So we've added all of Ren's best originals now, so I can't take that back. It's too difficult, and so all I've done is I've just added those points on.
Yeah, so I don't think I've ever seen. I've never seen a not harem. What are they called? Idol show. But like for a first time, I think this one's fucking.
I really do not care for idols. Yeah. Like whether in both real life and in anime, unless do Baby Metal count?
Baby Metal counts.
Yeah, apart from Baby Metal and this show, like this is probably the only idol anime that I'm gonna say this is brilliant.
Yeah, and what was great about it was, and I really wish it had come out sooner because I would have put it in my book, and because I put in Love Live in my book in the end because I thought that was the closest to a really good idol anime. Because there was a little more to the characters than just they want to be idols. Well, this show really does that as well.
This show's fucking ridiculous.
And what started out as kind of this tongue-in-cheek take on the idol anime and the idol, and a bit of a rather condescending look at the idol industry, which is fucked up when you really look at it.
Yeah, and then it slowly just sort of morphs into an actual idol anime, and at this point, you're just so invested, you begin loving it.
But it's like in episode 2 when they started doing that rap battle, I was just like, okay, I'm really enjoying this.
I was just like to go, epic rap battles.
I just watched and that was the moment I just realised, this is gonna be a really good show.
I've got epic rap battles of history. Fran Shushu versus the Sailor Scouts.
Brilliant. Well, you've got some crossover with the cast, haven't you?
Oh yeah, because Ty, the son that's still not quite got a conscience back, is played by the actor who plays Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah. I remember you saying you got Sailor Moon to cluck like a chicken.
Yeah.
That was a quote I heard on Facebook. But yeah, that's so. Elliot, we'll go to your one, then we'll go to the table.
Yeah, run with
the Wind.
Like I was sort of expecting it to be good. Like expecting us probably just going to be like a usual sports anime. But sports anime, I was expecting it to, and yet it was just brilliant. Like it was seriously good. Like you could see the dedication and everything, and not to mention all the characters were likable.
I will say Prince was a character I thought I wasn't gonna like him.
No, I was just like,
and then he then the last couple of episodes I was just gone. Yeah, do you know what? I really like him.
I know. I like Prince from the start. Like I was just like, never in my life have I identified more with someone when it came to exercise.
I'm just imagining you now running for the bus like that.
Yeah.
Which would have been this morning because you got here late.
Yeah. You know though, one everyone put in was once that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were all kind of surprised by that, but none of us picked it as our biggest surprise.
Yeah. The thing is though, like when I first saw the manga to it, like the manga came out here before the anime did.
There's a few that have been like that. Bloom into You came out quite a bit.
I was just like, what? This sounds dumb. Then I saw it became an anime. I was just like, okay, I'll see what it's like. I probably won't like it, but I'll just check it out. And next thing I'm just like, this is one of the best isekais I've ever seen.
I still think Konosuba's better.
I still think Overlord's better.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in terms of the fact Overlord is less comedic. I'm more saying in terms of the comedic.
I'll be honest. This actually rivals Overlord for me.
Really?
Yeah,
I will say if it's between the two of them, I would still rather watch Overlord any day.
If you think about it, they're fairly similar because like you've got this. Okay, Overlord is like much higher in terms of power level, but Rimuru is incredibly powerful.
At the same time, you do see how Rimuru gets more powerful.
Both are really good examples of how you do a really OP character.
Yeah, like it's not like that time I got. It's not like
smartphone.
Smartphone.
Jesus. Just why?
Yeah, and Ragnarok.
Oh,
fuck off! Do not even mention that. It's the worst fucking isekai ever.
That's the worst anime of the year in my book.
Yeah, definitely.
And I couldn't even get through an episode. Not even one.
Same. I couldn't. Same here. Like I just remember just thinking, they're fucking siblings.
Yeah. No. This was worse.
Okay.
Believe me, this was worse. And the fact you said this had debuted that day, so I put it on. So that is, I have now vowed revenge on you.
I didn't even watch it, so I've just subjected Cal to some absolute shit.
Okay, I'll tell you right now. Third place. If we're going by third place is Zombieland Saga. We've gone a category and a half and a quarter, I should say. Then second is Gridman.
Yeah.
And first place is Bunny Senpai. It's got 15 points. It's 3 points ahead. Gridman can catch up though.
Yeah.
Let's do our best animation. He says checking on his the garage that the thing's still recording, and it is.
She said bullshit.
Yeah, come to me at the end because I completely forgot.
We'll go to you at the end because
sorry, I'm very disorganized today.
You had weeks to do this. I mean, by the way, we were watching something on Amazon Prime. Remember?
I mean, how could you like? I got most of mine down on a single bus journey.
Right, here we go. Fifth, Rascal.
Ooh, this is the one. I should stress this is the one carry I don't have it in now.
Fourth, Slime.
That surprises me. I wouldn't think the animation was that great in that one.
The fight scenes have been
really
fantastic.
good.
Amazing.
Third, Running with the Wind.
Well, it's IG.
Yeah. Second, Hinamaru Sumo. I really like the fight scenes in that.
It's pretty good to be fair.
And first, Gridman. Because it's just Pacific Rim combat.
A quick question.
Speaking of which, we are getting a Pacific Rim anime.
Yeah,
quick question.
I'm so hyped for that.
Quick question though, with Sumo.
Yeah.
Did anyone else think it should have been like it felt like it should have been known, like with all the character design and all the school uniforms? Does anyone think like you could see this coming out in like the 80s or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few anime that have come out this year, not just in that season.
Yeah.
Do you think?
All right.
Elliot.
Number 5 is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Again.
Number 4 is Run with the Wind.
We're saying that this is not an anime I was expecting us to be saying most of the day.
Number 3, I'm surprised no one said this for best animation yet. Castlevania.
Yeah, it's definitely up there.
You'll be happy with my one then.
You won't be happy about this, but number 2 is Gridman. Like seriously, it was so close. And I think it hit me even more. But number one, Sword Art Online.
Yeah, it's been great. Sword Art Online's animation.
Like again, you have to always admit, Sword Art Online always has amazing animation.
Yeah, and this year this season they did. Knock it up a level.
This year has been like some of the best animation we've seen from it, I'd say.
I'm really gonna hate. I had to decide in the end what would be the last runner-up, and I had to decide: do I prefer?
Oh wait, we haven't done
I've sorted mine.
Okay, Ram, we'll go to you then.
So I'm gonna go for Run with the Wind.
Yeah.
Then that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
I'm the only one who hasn't said it then.
Castlevania. Sword Art Online. And JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
No Gridman, really?
Gridman.
It's Trigger!
I'm going to explain my actions here, because this is going to really put me in bad books, but I had to decide, do I prefer Trigger... It came down to, do I prefer... Both of these emphasised... I had to choose the final runner-up, and it was a choice between, do I prefer Kyoto Animation's typical animation style, or do I prefer Trigger style? Because both of them.
Trigger.
I went with KyoAni.
Losers.
So Sarune got my first runner-up.
To be fair, I don't think. Wait, did Ren go with Gridman?
I didn't go with Gridman.
No. I went for Castlevania next.
This is the reverse of the JoJo's.
Then JoJo, because it's still great animation. Then SAO. But my number one for animation, and I'm so pissed off you didn't pick this, because this is the only time I'm picking it for anything, is Iraduku. Seriously, that's one, if it wasn't Violet Evergarden, that's the best animated show of the year.
Yeah, okay, it did have good animation too.
And I can forgive you two because you're not watching tons of shit on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Exactly, so I can forgive you two, but you had every opportunity to pick Iraduku for this category and you didn't. It's seriously, the animation in that is phenomenally good. It's the fact they actually use the animation to express the characters. In a way that it's amazing. This girl can't see colour, and they give it this beautiful animation, and then they mute it to express that point. Was there any reason you didn't pick Iraduku? Because I think I heard you had. Did you have watched it at all?
I saw the first 2 episodes, then I dropped it.
Yeah, you did not. I'm going to go to the end. I want to see how it ends. You know what I mean? I want to see how it ends. I'm not going to fully. I didn't pick it for anything else because I can't judge it really.
Please don't tell me it's going to be another Summer Game, King's Game situation.
I don't think it will be.
Because we watched King's Game and it sucked.
No. This has not sucked yet. It's not.
I mean, what am I talking about? King's Game, best anime ever, right? 10 out of 10. Can I just say?
Okay.
I feel like every episode since it came out, we've given at least one mention per episode to King's Game.
Yeah, it's one of our running jokes. Come on.
I reckon we're going to get to the next episode. We'll say, and the ones we didn't mention, King's Game. Oh shit! Let's go on. You guys. You picked Gridman. You guys both picked Gridman on some level. You didn't pick it your best, but you picked
it. Was very close.
Yeah. Gridman was very good.
It had the best character designs of this season.
I have to relate to Jeff Few, who said that it basically they made it to be like it was guys in rubber suits.
Yeah.
Which added to the nostalgia factor of it.
Yeah. Which is how it was originally filmed, because it's based on the Ultraman series.
One of the things I will say is, like, if it weren't for something like Darling in the Franxx, I'd say it has the best character designs of the year. Cause
I think I prefer Gridman's character designs.
I don't know.
Just pip the post.
I think though with Franxx, I think they stand out a little bit more, and they get into
exactly.
Whereas I feel like with Gridman, a couple of them merge into each other. I can still there's one thing that even the biggest Trigger detractors will say is that the character designs in Trigger shows are great.
Yeah, and even then, like, despite the fact that a lot of people don't like CG and anime, the CG I'd say in this was really good.
Yeah, CG's
especially considering all the details in Gridman, I feel like it was the best way to do it, because it would be hell to animate otherwise.
Oh, yeah. What's the so you went for Sword Online. We kind of talked about that, but let's go a little bit more in detail about it. We all really loved to see it. I would have loved to have, in terms of the animation, I would have loved to have seen that in cinemas, like the US fans got to see it. Because I reckon that on an IMAX screen would have been amazing. I'm amazed it's a TV anime in that sense, but at the same.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Sword Art Online, like, we've already had, like, it's not the best anime thing this year by no chance. I definitely say Winter has some of the best animated stuff, but I will say it definitely isn't film quality, but it's close.
Yeah.
like it's close, and like there's so much animation of it that I love. Like you remember the bit where with the flowers?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That how beautiful was
And
that?
how much time and effort was put into that? And again, A1 Pictures, when they really want to make something great animated, they will do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm conscious of time, so let's move on to the character categories. Best female. We'll start with you. Oh, by the way, at the end of that round, it's a tie for first place between Gridman and Bunny Senpai. They're both on 16 points. Second place is Run with the Wind. It's got 13, and Zombieland Saga's in third with 11. This is interesting.
I would say it was so difficult to decide one character per anime. This one. It's been unbelievably hard. Because if it was up to me, every girl on Bunny Senpai would be on it. Every one.
And every girl in Zombieland Saga.
I'm gonna have to check. If it's one point.
No, you can, but you can put them both
only
on,
1 point.
but only 1 point would go, or only 3 points would go. So that's why you limit. That's why I limited it as well.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
we'll start with you, Reese.
Right, I went for Elma from Radiance because she's amazing.
She is hilarious. Just an airhead to a complete badass.
Yeah, and then Last Order from Index season 3 because she was friggin' adorable.
First time Index is on the board.
Yep. Tai Chan, Zombieland Saga. She's been hilarious. She steals every scene she's in.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Then second, I've got Mai from Rascal.
Hang on a second.
I think I know what this
Yeah.
goes.
My first, Akane from Gridman.
Oh, nice.
So let's see. There's 1 point, so 3 points for Gridman and 1 point for Money Senpai.
Yep.
We're gonna make that back up in a minute.
Yep.
Number 5 is a Siripa from Golden Kamuy.
Yep.
She's always a great character to be
Yeah,
around.
she's always an amazing. Number 4 is Shizui Izawa from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I felt despite the fact she was only in a couple episodes, she was a really good character.
Yeah, I agree.
Number 3 is Ai Mizuno from Zombieland Saga.
Okay, that's one for zombies.
Number 2 is Akane Shinjo from Gridman.
Who's been one of the best villains of the year, I will say.
Yeah, and number 1 is Mai Sakurajima from Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Senpai.
This is going to be so easy to edit. And they're tied up again.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Have you got yours also, Ren?
Yep. I've got Mai Sakurajima from Bunny Girl Senpai.
Really? That low?
It's going to be a very long car journey home.
I've got Alma from Radiance, number 4.
Yeah.
She's hilarious.
Number 3 is Tai Yamada from Zombieland Saga. Number 2 is a Serpa from Golden Kamuy. And number 1 is actually Camilla from Castlevania. Just because I think she's so fucking funny. Like, the comedic timing of that character is fucking phenomenal.
Camilla, is that the vampire?
She's the vampire lady.
Yeah,
from
I don't think
Castlevania.
she was.
Although
I'll be honest, when it came to Dracula, I thought most of the comedy was from Sigbeard.
It was, but her deadpan attitude and the fact that swearing is used in that show.
I do love that moment where they just go,
comedy.
"We're not children. Fuck off."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh please, we're not children.
Like
Eat shit and die. Yes, fuck you. Yeah, honestly, it was so difficult to decide the males for Castlevania.
Yeah.
Trevor and
You'll be interested to see who I picked for the bit.
I think you'll be interested with mine as well, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So my females, I went for first up. We got Akane from
Good.
from Gridman.
I'm surprised no one picked Rika.
She's good,
Yeah.
but Akane's just
Aka-
that little bit
Aka-
more interesting.
Like, Akane's a brilliant villain.
Then I had Sakura from Zombieland Saga. I should point out I couldn't choose between the two of them from Zombieland Saga, so I put them both on there.
Okay.
Because I also put on Tai as well. Then I've got Mari from Radiant, because I just love her infectious attitude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then my number 1 was Mai from Bunny Girl Senpai,
Not surprising.
who I will say this right now. My Sakta is probably my ship of the year.
Yeah, she is like like
How-
I would say out of everyone's arc, I do believe hers is the best.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just the character. She's basically the antidote to all those really awful characters who just misunderstand everything and wildly act out of proportion. She's just like, I like the one time that they look like I'm going down that route. She turns up later and says, "Why? Well, having you apologise, I know obviously there was a misunderstanding. I
Yeah.
want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Going on. All right, I know you're proper loyal to me, so go ahead and sort her shit out.
Yeah, like she's just such an awesome character.
And the fact she has got a really and I actually thought she was going to be useless after the third episode. I thought, what's going to be her point to be around other than to be his girlfriend? But they found a way to make her relevant in every single arc, and I'm so staggered by how.
And honestly, even if they did just have her as Sakata's girlfriend, she's still a really good character.
Yeah, that's why you and me both picked her. Really.
Oh yeah.
Akane turned up on everyone's board as well.
Yeah.
She's a brilliant villain.
Yeah, especially given the last 2 episodes of development that she's had.
Yeah.
I will be so pissed if she's not up for the Crunchyroll Award for Best Villain. I will be so pissed.
That will be because in my opinion, she's probably best of the year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to you on that one because I'm trying to think. I'm choosing between I'm choosing between her and All for One.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those All for One's really tough. As well.
All for One's really good villain because he's basically like anime Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I can imagine he would just. You can imagine him just literally clicking his fingers and wiping out. Oh yeah, spoilers for a film that's been out for several months and everyone's made fun of that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, oh my! I don't feel so good.
Someone's actually done that animation. They've voiced All Might catching Deku before he disappears from the Infinity thing, and they've actually dubbed over the audio of
Oh wow!
Peter Parker, and it's like when I saw the Smash Bros trailer and it was like watching Pikachu get taken, Sonic trying to grab him.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I still remember like Sonic's Twitter page just went, "Hey Pikachu, are you okay?"
And then you made fun of me for that on Twitter, and loads of you all put likes to it and supported you.
Yeah.
Why is it you are the most successful Twitter account of the 4 of us.
Yes, somehow.
Yeah, mine is probably I'm the least successful.
No, you've had some
I just
success.
don't use mine.
To be fair, you're never on.
So
I will put you in a headlock at some point for that.
I'm a little bit gutted I can't pick Trish Una from JoJo's.
But she hasn't really. She's only been in one episode so far.
Exactly, and but later on, she becomes. I mean, having read the manga, she becomes such a good and relevant character. But at this point, she's just not very likable. So
she's a complete bitch in the first episode.
Uh,
She actually asks the guy, "Can you give me your jacket a second?" And she uses it to wipe her hands as she's been to the loo. But then again, that's JoJo for you.
JoJo, everybody! I have not watched it.
Although next part we're getting the first ever female lead in a JoJo because it's Jolene,
That'd be interesting.
who has the same surname as Jotaro. But I don't know what her relation is to Jotaro yet. And Ren said he won't spoil it for me.
And of course, let's not forget the best JoJo of all, JoJo Siwa from TikTok.
Okay. Anyone else to really discuss from that list? Because was there anyone that really turned up a lot on ours? Everyone had Alma except me. I picked Melly or Mari.
Mari, yeah. I did pick Melly. But I will still admit, she's like number 6 for me.
Yeah. She is just lovely. It's all the fact that she goes from 1 minute being this really bubbly, infectious girl, and then suddenly it's, I will destroy you where you stand.
Just basically goes from I don't know what's going on, just shut the fuck up or you will die.
Bunny Girl Senpai Cylinderly's got 24. Gridman's in second with 21.
Actually, I'm surprised I'm the only one who picked Shizu.
Third place is Zombieland Saga, 15 points. So this really looks like it's going to a 2-horse race at the minute.
Yeah.
But so again, I'm surprised I'm the only one who picked Shizu. Slime.
I liked her, but she wasn't really in it long enough for me to really.
Yeah,
but
she's a bit too short.
I felt like in the first 3, it seems despite the fact we only got 3 episodes for her, she still had a really good character.
As good as the supporting cast is in that show, I think Rimuru kind of steals away from everyone.
Yeah, Rimuru is.
Speaking of which, let's move on to Best Male. What we got for you?
Right, fifth, I've got Accelerator
from
Index.
Yeah. So
he's been amazing. Yeah, because I've got one screenshot I have to show you guys later. Then Sakuta from Rascal.
Saptor's up there.
Sakura.
Sorry, Ripley.
Now I've got Anti from Gridman, because he's been adorable.
He is. He is.
Then Rimuru from Slime.
Nice.
Slime.
Then Kotaro from Zombieland, because he's been amazing.
He's fucking amazing, to be fair.
I've actually said he's Elliot Stan that somehow escaped and got an anime.
Yeah, because he's just a Kabirintaru, but dialed up to 11.
Yeah, so basically Ho-Oh and Kyoma.
Yeah. So fucking funny.
Zombieland Saga shot up quite a bit from that.
Okay.
I think it's going to shit over some more. Let's go with it.
Number
Oh, I
five.
just realised, no grid. You only did one grid, man.
Yeah, just anti.
Number five is Prince from Run with the Wind, because again, I have not identified with someone when it comes to exercise more than him. Number 4, and this is why I said I was surprised you with Castlevania. Number 4 is Dracula.
I'm not too surprised by that.
Number
Yes,
3
really good
is
to see.
Sakura Azusagawa from Rascal's Dream of Bunny Senpai.
More for that.
Number 2 was Rimuru Tempest. And of course, number 1 was Kotaro Tatsumi from Zombieland Saga.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he is...
It's just so funny. He's
I
just-
want him as my persona. Can I have him as a persona, please?
You'll
so,
never see.
Come in. Careful, we might get a copyright strike for that.
Hey.
Best male, I've gone for Honda-san from Skeleton Bookseller Honda-san.
Skeleton. Where's the skeleton? Oh, there it is.
Spooky, scary
I've
skeleton.
put Sugimoto from Golden Kamuy.
Yeah.
Never played.
Honestly, with Golden Kamuy, I prefer Surumi, the lieutenant. I thought he was
Yeah.
a really funny character.
He is really good. To be honest,
Like he,
if I could just pick all of the male cast for Golden Kamuy, I would.
yeah.
Next.
Next is Trevor Belmont from Castlevania. I just
yeah,
love
he-
Richard Armitage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Castlevania, despite the fact it's meant to be sort of a dark gothic, is one of the funniest
Same.
things I've seen.
I
on
should
TV.
point out that
Definitely.
the guy who plays Dracula is Dwalin from The Hobbit.
Ah, that's cool.
And then Tatsumi for Zombieland Saga is my second.
Ooh,
Only second.
I'm very surprised by that.
And then I've gone for Mr. Guido from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
To be fair, I was thinking it'd be someone from JoJo.
Of course, it's someone from JoJo.
It's still not in the top 5 yet.
It should be.
Oh no, I think it is actually now.
No, it's nowhere near.
No.
No.
Well, JoJo's is on 12.
Yeah, no, remember, nothing. Yeah, no, remember. Okay, let's move on.
You next?
No, it's I'm next. aren't
Yeah,
I?
so you're next.
I'm next. First up, I have. Oh, there I am. Giovanni from JoJo.
I thought you were going to say Pokemon then.
Giorno Giovanna.
Yeah, I was
I
thinking
go
that.
for.
I don't know why I heard that. I thought I had Yu-Gi-Oh in my mind. Just is someone called Giovanni Yu-Gi? No, it's Pokemon.
I've gone for Haji from Run with the Wind.
Is that the smoking guy? I can't remember.
No,
No,
he's
it's the main guy.
The main guy.
Oh, sorry, he's
the
the
guy who sort of like runs
Yeah.
the house and runs
Yeah.
the
I
team.
won't-
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
the-
great. He's a
yeah.
brilliant
I'll
character.
go on to Run with the Wind in a minute
Yeah.
with the characters.
Then I gone for Isaac from Castlevania.
Oh,
Ah,
Isaac! Really?
okay.
I really liked his arc, and I like the fact they took a character that was very minor in the games,
Yeah.
and they really elevated it.
Yeah.
Well, he did
Yeah.
become the main character in one of the games.
Yeah, but even then, he wasn't that interesting in that game.
Not really.
But then I've gone for Tatsumi from Zombieland Saga, and my number 1 is Sakta from Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai,
Yeah.
which again probably very predictable with me, but
Yeah.
at the same
Yeah.
time, he was a great character.
He was really good.
But
yeah.
the obvious one, everyone had Tatsumi either first or second.
So
He was so
Hilarious.
brilliant. He was.
Oh, go.
He's the best male of the year. I'm gonna say it now. He's my favorite
yeah,
male of this year.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You really want him nominated for that Crunchyroll award?
Oh hell yeah! Please, if he's in it, I'll just be voting him every
Yeah,
time.
so
And at least this year, it won't be very saying I'm Blade Orphans for every single song category.
To be fair, I
He
might.
deserved every
To
category.
be fair, I might still say King's Game for a laugh.
I will strangle you if you do.
I make no promises.
So, everyone kind of picked Sakta as well, except you.
with Sakata,
Yeah.
Tatsumi.
No, from Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Generic romance
It's
protagonist.
really
He is not a generic character.
He's not. He's like so interesting.
Seriously, he's much more refreshing. You don't watch a lot of romance anime, so I'm telling you, he is bloody refreshing.
I can tell even from like a romance standpoint, he is a brilliant character. He's a brilliant character.
And I like the fact he does wisecrack a lot, but it's part of his build-up thing, and it's kind of like he's.
Yeah, plus you can tell he's joking. Like he's not serious with any of it.
And it's just like and his deadpan expression kind of sells it as well. And the one time he has to be really emotional, he is really emotional when he's just screaming out. And
Yeah.
and I've always
Yeah,
thought-
like you also see how dedicated he is to Mike.
and you never believe for 1 second he's going to cheat on her,
Not for a second.
or he's going to even consider it.
Yeah, you can just tell that he is full on dedicated to just being with her. After all, come on, he shouted to the school that he loved her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the power of bonus is just that strong.
It just, cut to the hunter from the Golden Cavalry. Boner.
Anyone else we really should discuss from that one?
Auntie?
Yeah, Auntie. Where was it?
Oh, I love Auntie.
Auntie was. He was a very good side villain.
He's just like a poor puppy now.
One that I think, did any of you have Rimuru Tempests?
Yeah, I did for a second.
Wait, did I put?
No, I was close to putting him on the list, but I decided at the end I just like these characters a little bit more.
Yeah, I think I took him. Oh,
Yeah, but like he's a good character.
He is a good character.
I'm not saying he's not a good character. Just because he doesn't make the top 5 doesn't mean I don't like him.
And now he's our, second androgynous main character after Griffith?
Yeah, let's move. That also kind of made it a bit difficult.
Also, can I talk about Dracula for a bit?
Yeah, Dracula. Really.
Dracula was a brilliant character, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like, it's such an unexpected take on him. Like, you'd expect him to be like when it comes to Dracula, you don't always see him as like practically a deity, someone who's with an unstoppable force that takes.
They didn't copy just what they did in the games. They said
like very difficult to kill, and yet you just sort of see him, and he is basically just a tired old man.
His final moments.
it's
were
basically
incredible.
he wants to. He's a man on a suicide mission.
Yeah, and he just thinks, oh, if I'm gonna go, wow, I would take out everyone with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's
Brilliant.
And it's just this. I loved his arc.
Yeah.
But Isaac, for me, the reason I picked him was because I loved the friendship between him and Dracula. I liked his. I liked a lot of his arc, and I liked the final episode with him was really good.
Yeah, I will say one character I really did not. I wasn't that big a fan of was Kakeru from Run with the Wind. Like until the last couple episodes, I was not a fan of him. I just think he's a fucking asshole. Like,
I think that's meant to be the point.
yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, you understand where he's coming from. Like, yeah, it's going to take a lot of work, but just to say that everyone's half-ass running when they're not, you can see that they're trying their best. And yeah, like that whole bit with him saying, "If you don't beat your time, will you quit the gym?" Just like, oh, fuck you.
I like to.
Fuck you and your generic haircut.
Well, look, Ripley wants to get on with it, us to get a move on with it, so let's get a move on with it. Let's move on to our sequels. So, Reese, you up first?
Fifth, we got Sword Art Online.
Yeah, that's fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's fair, isn't it?
Fourth, we got Index Season 3.
You were the only one of us watching it.
Oh,
again.
it's so good.
I would do if I could have.
Then
Seriously.
third, Space Battleship Tiramisu.
I forgot about
Oh, I
that.
didn't even watch season 2.
Oh, it's been great.
Is it really good?
It's really good.
Oh, okay.
Then second, Golden Kamuy.
Okay.
And then first, Castlevania.
Kami.
Nice.
Okay, Castlevania, so that gets 3 points. 12. Okay, you're up, Elliot.
Number 4 is Sword Art Online. Number 3 is one I think I've been the only one watching, Ruby. Am I the only one who's been watching
I'm
Ruby?
gonna binge watch it.
It's been so good. We see so much from Ozpin. Actually, Ozpin was very likely to be one of my male contenders.
Yeah.
Then we have.
I'm gonna binge watch it as soon as it's all done.
Then we have Golden Kamuy,
Okay.
and my favorite was Castlevania.
Yeah,
Easily.
definitely up there. I've only got 3 for this one. I've got Golden Kamuy.
I wonder where this one's going.
Gridman.
I've got to make up for the deficit.
King's
considering
Game
only half of us
Season
watched it.
2.
Castlevania is my second, which was absolutely phenomenal. And number 1 is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
No.
No, change my mind. It's Sword Art Online. No.
No, I thought
points.
I was thinking it would be fucking cabbage.
By the way, JoJo is now in the top 5.
Yes. So my powers combined.
It's not gonna win though.
Go Planet.
It's not going to win.
First up, SAO. Then I had Golden Kamuy. Last few episodes really redeemed it. Then I went for JoJo. The reason I wouldn't have picked it number 1 is because I'm judging. I can't judge a JoJo season until I've seen all of it, and I feel like I'm in the beginning of it.
6 episodes though it's going to be, isn't it?
I know. I feel like if I was picking, I'd be picking it for the show it's going to be rather than the show it is at the minute.
Yeah, maybe that's kind of.
And whereas I'm going to definitely give it out to this one because it's been one of my highlights of my year.
Yeah.
Castlevania.
Hell yeah, it's been so good. Oh my god, it's been brilliant.
So I'm surprised you put that at number 1 as well though, because like part of the way through you were just saying.
Get on with it, but at the same time, then I realised by the end of it, actually, no, this is very well
Yeah,
paced.
but I mean, the thing is with Castlevania, the first season I'd say was about was mostly about Trevor and the Catholic Church. Meanwhile, this one is about
Dracula.
Dracula and the Belmont family.
Yeah.
The season 1 felt much more like its own self-contained story, but then season 2 obviously led.
I do love that line of the Belmont.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Belmont.
So
Just so, like, season 1, you can definitely tell was just a beginning, and season 2 expanded on it
Yeah.
so much.
good.
Like,
just the
like
gratuitous
I
fight
just
scenes
remember
as well.
thinking, I want to see more Trevor Belmont, but at the same time, I was just thinking, I don't really care.
Oh, but one of the best bits must have been when he got the whip.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Oh my god. There was just.
I'm just annoyed they didn't call it the Vampire Killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe. So we kind of discussed those ones. SAO, obviously, none of us picked it really. For
It's still good. You have to admit, it's still.
but again, we
pretty
would
good.
still be judging by the show it is now rather than the show
Yeah,
it is going
and
to be.
and it's 50 episodes. It has a lot of ways to screw up. like-
Camway, none of us really thought it was as good as the first season.
No,
Yeah.
it was still really good though, and I will admit a big reason as to, reason why it's either bad or brilliant is all the yaoi.
Yeah. Brilliant.
All the yaoi, like the sumo wrestle scene.
I
Why wouldn't you do that with me, Ren?
I wish we could. We just can't do it on camera. Well, maybe we could.
Well, we can. You just have to upload some very different sites.
Yes.
Should we add some oil to make it more interesting?
Move on, please.
Remind me when I come to your house to get some sea otter.
See,
I'm so telling your girlfriend about this.
I don't.
Oh, please, she probably watches
I
this.
don't think the Golden
She doesn't.
Camway's been bad, so to speak, for the first few. It's been different and definitely more comedically focused. It hasn't done as much with the storyline as the first season, and it's only now that we're kind of seeing like a lot of characters unified in one place,
Yeah.
meaning that it's more difficult to keep track because there's more and more plot threads emerging as well. I think probably after this season they'll try to consolidate it to make it a lot better,
I
or
will-
towards the end of this
Yeah, I
season.
feel
We'll
like
do,
I
a
feel
few
like not
episodes
much is.
by
I
together.
feel
Ren,
like
I will warn you right now. JoJo might not be in the top 5 based on the way
We've
the
only
points.
got best original now after this.
I know, but there's still an original that could overtake it.
yeah, but I was just I
Oh,
was.
yeah.
I will say, to go back to Golden Kamuy, it's definitely got more of a comedic factor
Yeah,
rather than
definitely this
more of
season.
the seriousness. Like,
Which I think was what was missing. As I don't mind that, but I wish they had more of that in this
Yeah.
season than they did.
yeah, I'm just thinking like with the Monty Python scene of God just going, get on with it.
Yeah.
I think the end of this season is going to put it in a more we're going to have a more definite idea of what's going on.
But I will
What's
say
happening next
one of my
season,
favourite
so-
episodes was the one about the soldier who went searching for the man who
Yes,
believed
that
killed
was
his
a really good
sister.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a very nice
I
self-contained
won't spoil how that ends because it's brilliant. But
Yeah.
let's. I think we can move on to best original, the big one. I don't need to do Ren's
I've already
stuff.
done mine, so you know mine.
So let's move on to Reese's.
Yep. Fifth, I've got Running with the Winds.
It needs one more point to tie with JoJo and get into the top 5.
Fourth,
It's
Slime.
Slime.
Third, Zombieland Saga.
Ooh, third. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Well, I didn't know which is
Or
best.
second, Rascal.
That's obvious.
And first, Gridman.
Great. It's just one of your best anime of the year, hasn't
Oh,
it?
it's so good.
It is really good, yeah. You next?
Didn't you?
Yep.
Okay, originally my favourite, I tried keeping it secret, but I think now it's kind of obvious, but anyway. Number 5 is Run with the Wind.
So it's tied with JoJo at the minute.
Number 4 is Zombieland Saga.
Oh, that was not the one I was thinking you were
17.
going
Really?
You put it up by 2 then.
Were you not thinking,
well,
were you
you-
not
you
thinking
were-
number 4 would be Zombieland Saga?
to... I thought Zombieland Saga was going to be your best. So
Really?
I'm genuinely surprised.
Number 3 is Gridman.
Gridman, there we go.
Number 2 is Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Senpai.
Okay.
And my number 1 is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
That really does surprise me. I didn't think you were going to pick that one.
Really?
Very good. To be fair, it has been.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I even bought the manga for it, and I'm actually wanting to get more of it.
Watch it. That will fall
I know,
over.
be careful.
Okay, moving on to my one. I got Slime as my number 5.
I know Slime's not going to win, but it's
Yeah,
been,
put it up there anyway.
it's been, it's
Sorry,
one
it's
of the,
Gridman's next.
it's one of the best things.
Then Run with the Wind.
Yeah. Curse you!
Then Zombieland Saga. Any other season I would have picked as my best. But my number 1 is just going to be Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl
Big
Senpai.
surprise.
Yeah.
Loved it. And I'm not even done with it. and I loved it. I love the fact I've got at least 3 more weeks of it.
Yeah.
I've got so much. I'm gonna love catching up with that one.
Yeah.
Everyone, we kind of gone on about most of the ones we've talked about here.
Yeah, you know what? 3rd season in a row, we've all picked something different.
Yeah, it's interesting, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the 1st season in a row, we've all picked a different Best Original, which is interesting. Which is weird, because last season we only had, I think, 1 season where we all picked something different.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah,
which was summer.
It's interesting, that one. I liked a lot about this. This has been a great season. But since we got to get the wild cards out of the way as well, I think it's time to move on to the top 5. So, without...
Shh, Ripley, quiet, please.
Bunny Girl Senpai had the most with 34.
Not surprising.
Can I pick her up?
Yeah.
Can I pick her up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gridman was 2nd with 27. Zombieland Saga was 3rd with 26. Castlevania came 4th with 19. And 3rd place was Run with the Wind 18.
Slime didn't make it in.
It was
Yeah, it was 2 off. It was below JoJo's.
But it's amazing. I love it.
Elliot, I'm not going to extend this out to a top 7.
I know. I'm just saying.
I was generous last season to a top 6.
I know.
We're not JoJo, so I'm not going to extend it to a top 6.
Yeah, we're not going to.
I'll pick JoJo's. I'm joking.
The worst part is he actually could.
Yeah.
No, don't worry. I understand.
It'll just be my wild card joke.
Listen, I understand. Don't worry.
So, which I think we really, as good as Zombieland Saga has been, and Run with the Wind, and Castlevania, we've raved a lot more about Gridman and Bunny Girl Senpai, but we all agree on that one. So I think it's down to those 2.
Wait, which ones?
Bunny Girl Senpai or Gridman.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this to Reese though. I really don't want to do it to
It's
him.
fine, I can take it.
They're both bloody brilliant.
So you and me are obviously locked. So it's really down to these 2.
Yeah, you go first.
Do you?
Both have amazing aspects to them. Gridman is one of the best mecha animes I've seen all year.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna go with Rascal because this is the first time I've been fully invested into a romance anime. It's been such a good show.
Will you pick Gridman tie back up again, or are you going to go with Bunny Girl Senpai?
See, of the top 5, I'll probably go with Run with the Wind or Castlevania. But for the top 2, I'm just going to have to go for Gridman. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I have to let that out. I
Gridman,
prefer Gridman.
Alright,
I'm sorry. I don't know how we do the tiebreaker.
Flip a coin.
No.
I think
I think
if we did that, we'd have to go with the most points, which goes in my favour. I don't feel comfortable doing that because I feel like I'm shitting on you two.
No, I think that's how we have to do it.
The thing
That's how we
is
have
they
to
are
do it.
they are really close, but I think when you take a look at all
We
all of
picked
our
it in a lot more categories.
Yeah.
We it did score the highest.
Yeah,
So
like,
Bunny Girl is the winner by default.
I think it's going to have to win by
it,
default.
I feel like despite the fact that I do prefer Slime, is the most deserving.
Yeah.
But that being said, any other season, if any other anime had been against it, I would have been happy to give it to Gridman.
And once again, I would totally vote for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure if more people had watched.
There you go, the Anime Amigos anime of the season, fall 2018,
Goes
is
to-
Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, which is the longest title of anything we've picked. Oh wait, World End.
Well then, what do you do at the end of the
I'm Blooded Orphans.
Oh yeah, true. But here's the thing though, we're not, so we got 4 nominees for Anime of the Year. We got Violet Evergarden, My Hero Academia Season 3, Overlord Season 3, and we've got now Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl. So if we just had those 4, it'd be a really good list.
Yeah.
But
We've got 4 more to add. So it's
what?
time for the wild cards. And what order are we going to go in? Well,
Just give the voting order.
Yeah.
Reese... No, we're actually going to change... I'm changing up the order. It's going to go... Reese won it, so he gets to go first. 1 anime fights.
Yeah.
You've seen less anime in the year and you've been more tied up, so I feel you deserve more of an event. You deserve less competition, so you're going to go second.
Yeah, okay, I know why you want me to go ahead of you.
Elliot's going to go third because
you're going last,
because I'm going last.
See, Cal just wants a tactical advantage because he knows if I don't vote for one of them, he's going to vote for the other one.
Alright,
Okay, so Reese, wildcard time. Of all, let's look over the things you did pick from the season. So you picked Violet Evergarden for your best original in winter, and you picked Overlord Season 2.
Yeah.
You picked one of his already got a nomination. In spring, you went for Megalobox and Full Metal Panic: Invisible Victory.
Yep.
In summer, you went for what did you go for in summer? Oh yeah, you went for It was something. Cells at Work, and
Yeah,
then
so
your
Cells at
sequel, you went for Overlord Season 3, which already has a nomination.
Yeah.
And then in and then in fall, as we just discussed, you had Gridman and Castlevania.
Yep.
But you've talked about a lot of other ones you really liked as well, and there's been the Netflix. Well, wait, none of us are picking Seven Deadly Sins Season 2.
Yeah.
No.
Nor are any of us picking Fate Extra. In fact, anything that got late delayed because of Netflix.
In fact,
Which
to
was
be
one of the
fair,
reasons we
we
introduced
wouldn't.
it.
To be fair, we wouldn't pick Fate Extra anyway. It was very
Yeah.
bland.
Okay, and even with the OVAs,
Yeah.
which we now have seen.
I haven't.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on. Reese,
Yeah.
have you made a decision or...
Just barely, but it kills me to do so.
Why? What?
Oh,
What are you
I'm
gonna-
upset.
It's between Full Metal Panic Season 4, Invisible Victory, or Darling in the Franxx.
Really? I was like, what about Gridman?
I know, but Gridman's not fully finished yet, so I wouldn't feel right picking it.
Oh yeah, good point.
So, just for the good of the team, I'm going to go Darling in the Franxx.
Are you sure?
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
sure, mate?
Oh, you
You
want
don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that.
It's fine. Otherwise, it's 4 series you guys have to catch up on.
Yeah, but which of the two do you actually prefer?
Let's go Full Metal Panic. But for the team, I'm saying Darling in the Franxx.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
You took
As
one.
much as it kills
Did you
me.
really
Yeah,
like
definitely,
Darling in the Franxx a lot, though?
I still liked it a lot.
It was brilliant.
But Full Metal Panic had the better ending.
Okay, let's move on then. Ren.
See, it's absolutely pointless me submitting Golden Kamuy, even if I was able to collate the 2 seasons.
You
Yeah,
can.
why?
I'll let
You
you
can
collate the
still.
2 seasons if you want.
But then
Now
I
that
could,
he's having one-
I could just say season 1 though. I don't know, because season 1 is just...
I'll let you either collate them or do season 1 by
No.
itself if you want to do that, or you can pick something else if you want to do that as well.
Look at Ripley. She's really wanting you to pick.
Look at her face.
She
Look at
really
that
would-
little face.
There are a lot.
This is why you don't. This is why dogs don't tend to come into podcasts and vlogs. They
Right.
influence our decision making.
Place further than the universe.
You know, I called it. I knew you were going to pick that.
It's
So-
so sad, but I have to.
So, Elliot, you're up next.
You know what? You know what, actually, I'm kind of thankful for Reese because he picked Darling in the Franxx. That was my number 1, and it would have pained me if I couldn't pick my number 2 one because it's been so good. But now I get to Steins Gate Zero. It's been the best sequel I've seen all year, and yeah, it's the brilliant sequel to my second favorite anime of all time. So
right,
hell yeah.
now we're in a bit of a quandary because all of my favourites are in the nominations. This is this is the perfect. So I now need to pick something that I really enjoyed this year. If you guys had Amazon Prime accounts, I would know exactly which one I would pick. But
What to
I'm
call
gonna, yeah, but if Reese took one for the team, I'm going to take one for the team as well. Okay, let's think. I know one. I really liked it, and I really liked it by the end. And I think a lot of people really miss.
I know what you picked.
Oh, I'm down to 2.
Which are they?
Actually.
What are you going to say?
But if I'm choosing between Megalobox
Really?
and Zombieland Saga.
Really?
No, not Ras. Oh yeah, but
Rascals
Yeah,
also.
Rascals in.
Tsukigakure?
No, Tsukigakure was last year, you idiot.
Was it? Oh yeah.
You're not. Wait, Gridman? Not Gridman?
As much as I like Gridman, Zombieland Saga, just for episode 8, could potentially be a number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I go with Zombieland Saga on the basis of I reckon it's going to end amazingly, or do I go with Megalobox because it was a great nostalgia trip and one of the best sports anime I'd seen in a while?
I do feel like Megalobox was probably the best. Actually, no. Actually, in my opinion, Run with the Wind so far has probably been the best sports anime.
Yeah.
Out of those two, which one do you guys rather see in the anime of the year running?
Zombieland Saga, to be
Yeah,
honest.
probably Zombieland Saga.
Ditto.
Do you know what? It's a really hard decision because I would love to put Megalobox in there, but do you know what? Zombieland Saga's so impressed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a reason to keep and I want a great excuse to keep watching it. So I'm going to put Zombieland Saga as my wild
Oh yeah.
card.
To be fair, you will watch it. You will keep watching it anyway. Pretty sure you will.
I keep watching anyway. So we have 8 nominees for Anime of the Year.
Woo!
So let's take a look. We got Violet Evergarden, our Best of Winter. We've got now My Hero Academia Season 3. I'm glad we've only got 2 sequels in as well.
Yeah.
3 actually now. Zombieland Saga. Then we got our Best of Summer, Overlord Season 3. Our Best of for Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai are Reese's Wildcard, Darling in the Franxx, which I'm very happy you picked because I love that show.
Thank you. So I could pick Steins Gate Zero.
We've got Steins Gate Zero, Elliot's Wildcard. We've got Ren's Wildcard of Place Further in the Universe, which again I love that show. So I'm glad you picked that. Seriously,
like it's gonna be. I'll be honest, this is seriously going to be difficult.
And Zombieland Saga, which is my wild card. And again, if I picked Megalobox, it would have still been a close call. But again, Zombieland Saga, I've loved that so much.
It's been awesome, yeah.
And any other season I would have picked as my best. So I think that one. Whereas Megalobox, I was kind of back and forth in spring. But hey, don't go with the camera.
She's trying to jump on the chair.
Okay.
Wait,
so
I'll help her. I'll help you. You could be our director. No. You can sit in the director's chair.
This is a wise idea. Put the dog in a precarious chair.
Oh.
Okay, so
she can handle the responsibility.
That's us for today.
Next time is our
January.
best of the year.
We give our best of the year. We have all 8 of those to judge, and we're also going to be giving our personal top 5s of the year.
Yeah.
Where we will have complete control. And as well, we were talking about we're talking about a lot of things. We're talking about our favourite OPs from the year. We'll be talking about our favorite, what we think was the best studio of the year, and and if we have time, we're going to discuss how we're voting in both the Crunchyroll Awards and the Annie Trending Awards, which will have all of its final nominations.
Yeah. Should we say as well next time what we recommend for winter next year?
Yeah, winter. Yeah. Speaking of which, there's one thing I'm really looking for winter is The Promised Neverland.
Which
was that?
It's a Promised Neverland. It's based on a really great manga that I've heard. I've not read it yet, but I've heard so many good things.
I'm thinking of getting it.
I should tell you. I spoke again. I'm plugging some links here again. I spoke to her on Twitter because she was talking about how she was so hyped for it, and I said I've got it on my bookshelf. Should I read it before or go in blind? And she said no, go in blind. Go in blind. It'll be brilliant if you see it that way. So that's how I'm going to take her advice and see it like that.
Mob Psycho 100 is coming out next season.
Oh yeah, we got new Mob Psycho 100.
It's going to be from what
In fact,
I've
the
seen,
first episode's going to US cinemas.
Oh, nice. From what I've seen, I'll be honest, I'm probably most looking forward to like the sequels. If I'm honest, like there's some like the originals do not seem as good as the sequels.
From what I've heard, though, some of these originals are going to be very good. Again, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But
on the bright side, we have 2 weeks before we actually get into winter, so we have a fair bit of time before we get into winter. So we actually have some time to catch up on our best of year.
Yeah. So that's how we're spending our Christmas breaks.
Watching amazing anime. Who could ask for better?
And what a great selection of I thought we were going to have at least what an amazing 8 anime to choose between.
I'm gonna say for a year as a whole, like this was better than last year. I'd say.
I'll agree.
Yeah,
this definitely. from the first month we had shows that were better than Mine Calvin's best of the year, that being World End.
And on that,
not hard then, was it?
And on that,
on that note, it's time to end. Excuse me while I kill these two.
we'll see. Me and Elliot will see you in January to decide on it. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe us.
Yep.
And don't forget to sign a petition at Saveyourinternet.eu so that we can keep being a vlog.
Yeah, if we can't do it on YouTube, we're gonna have to move to the Axia website.
Yes, and they will be taking the legal responsibility for us. By which I mean me. So thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you next time in January when we're deciding our anime of the year.
Oh, Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
And Happy New Year!
And
Happy holidays!
Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate.
Take care!
I like saying that because it pisses off conservatives.
Take care!